I know this has happened to you several times. Yeah. You stood in front of a pot of soup. You take 1 spoon. You pause. Then you add another seasoning. You add more salt. You stir it together. Tasted it again. But somehow, it still doesn't give you the taste you actually need, right? Yeah, I know you know. Now, most people think that in this kind of situation, the answer to that thing is to add more seasoning. But what if I told you that salt is often the last thing your food actually needs? So on today, we are going to talk about one of the biggest mistakes in cooking. Hi, I'm Maryam Akano-Lawal, and this is Journal of Kitchen Klatch, where we learn to understand food differently, one thoughtful conversation at a time. The mistake almost everyone makes when their food tastes flat is that our brain immediately reaches for salt. Let me add more salt to it. Maybe that is why. I used to do this a lot, so I'm also aware of this. Yeah, because that is what many of us have seen growing up. You taste it, you add more salt, you taste it again, add another seasoning cube, then you keep repeating it. But here is something I want you to think about. Imagine you are listening to music. If the singer's microphone is too low, will turning up every speaker fix it? No, it's just making everything louder. The same thing happens in cooking. Adding more salt doesn't automatically create better flavor. Sometimes it only makes food salty. Now, what the flavor is. Here is something that completely changed the way I have been cooking. Flavor isn't one thing. It's a combination of many things that is working together. Salt is only one part of the conversation. Your food may actually be missing a little acidity, a deeper browning of onions, enough cooking time, fresh herbs, balanced sweetness, or simply enough time for the ingredients to become friends with each other. Sometimes we rush our cooking just because we are in a hurry to do something. The more you rush, the more it won't give you the taste you need. Okay, I want you to think about stew, tomato stew. Freshly blended tomatoes really taste like the rich stew many of us love. It's not because they need more salt, but because they haven't had enough time on the heat. Cooking changes food. Time changes food. Heat changes food. And salt cannot replace those changes. It can't. Let me give you a simple example. Let's imagine you are making jollof rice. You fry the onions for only 1 minute. Add your tomatoes. Throw in the rice. Taste it. It feels kodurara. Now imagine another pot. This time around, you calm down. You do it the right way. The onions are cooked until they are sweet. The tomato is reduced properly. The spices bloom in the oil and the stalks develops. Then the rice goes in. Even after adding the final seasoning, that second pot already has the richer foundation. You know why? Because everything is being prepared. You give it enough time. Each of the ingredients has enough time to build in their flavor. The difference isn't more salt. It's understanding what each step contributes. Now, to the bigger lesson. This is why I always say this. Cooking and understanding food are not the same thing. Anyone can follow a recipe. But when you understand why food behaves the way it does, you stop guessing. You start making better decisions. That is when cooking becomes less stressful and much enjoyable. To the practical part of it, I want you to challenge yourself. The next time you are cooking and your food feels like it's missing something, don't reach for more salt immediately. Please don't do that. Ask yourself, does this need more time, more aroma, more acidity, better browning, a fresh ingredient? Train yourself to ask questions before adding more seasoning. So ask yourself that, okay, you got more fefisi. That one habit alone will change the way you are cooking, because it also changed mine. So one of the things I love most about food is this. The smallest change in thinking can completely change the meal on your table. That is why this channel isn't just about recipe. It's about helping you understand food, because once you understand food deeply, you will rely less on lucky and more on knowledge. I would love to hear from you. Have you ever kept adding salt or seasoning to a meal only to realize later that it is something else that is missing? Share your experience in the comments. Let's learn from one another. And if this conversation changed the way you think about cooking, subscribe, like, and share. Because every Saturday, we are having another conversation that will help you understand food differently. I am Maryam Akano-Lawal, and this is Journal of Kitchen Klatch, where we learn to understand food differently, one thoughtful conversation at a time. And until next Saturday, keep asking questions, keep observing, and keep cooking with understanding. You got to go back there.